Hey guys, Technomentary here with a video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to talk about iOS 14, the official download on the iPhone 11 Pro. As you can see here in my hand is the iPhone 11 Pro, and we downloaded iOS 14, the most latest update out there right now. And we're going to share about the top features of iOS 14 on iPhone 11 Pro and how the performance has been, and if we experienced any issues and things like that. But before we go ahead and get started, if you guys are new to our channel, we do a lot of tech news, reviews, and giveaways, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you guys are looking to buy a discounted iPhone 11 Pro or any of the newer iPhones, make sure you guys check out the link in the description section. We're working you guys with some discounted iPhones out there on the market, cheapest that you can find. So let's go ahead and get started with iOS 14 on iPhone 11 Pro. So a couple things you need to know is the iOS 14 update. So it does take some time whenever you're looking to update it. Simply to update the phone, you go into settings. Once you're in setting, you'll notice in general you're going to have a software update. Once you click on that software update, you're going to notice iOS 14 pop up. As you can see right now, we're running iOS 14.3, the most up to date. You can have automatic updates or updates whenever it comes out. So depending on your situation, your phone might have been automatically updated. But if it hasn't been and you're running on iOS 13 or even on iOS 13, since that's an update that iPhone 11 Pro has, and possibly considering upgrading to 14, in this video, we're going to walk you through all of that in a thorough video. The first thing you'll notice about iOS 14 is that it does take up some space. So it took about 8 gigs worth of space on the 11 Pro here. As you can see here, once we downloaded that and a bunch of other apps, we went from 64 gig to 45 gig. And the apps we downloaded are pretty much mainstream apps that you generally have on your phone. Social media apps, video streaming apps, music video streaming apps. Apps like the ones that you typically use on a day-to-day basis for your financial, your productivity tools, things that you normally use on a phone to really get you through the day. So a couple of the things that you'll notice is that on iPhone, on any iPhone that has iOS 14, is that whole new concept of these app widgets. As you see here, there's the app widget right here. There's a huge app widget where we took the weather app, made it into much bigger. Now you can add more of these widgets. Simply, if we hold down here and we edit home screen and hit that plus button, you notice all these other widgets that are available, sort of the ones that you can get or you can search for. As you can see here, there's one for Reddit, there's some for TikTok, Pinterest, and some of the other popular apps, your stock apps. These come in two different sizes. You have the smaller ones and then these bigger ones here. As you see, any of these actual application can become a widget on the screen, much bigger. This is the update that a lot of people have been looking for on the phone, and it finally has been released. The other thing you'll notice is this whole app library. As you see here, your apps are going to be automatically into different groupings that the iPhone thinks that it should be in, and the apps that you use the most will be up top. The ones that you use more towards the bottom. You're also able to search the app in alphabetical order, like a contact list here. You're able to go down, or you can just search up an app that you're looking for. That's the one big feature update that you'll see across the board on the phone. Another update that you'll see on iPhone 11 Pro running iOS 14 is Siri enhancement. So Siri has gotten a little bit smarter in terms of what you can do with it now. So if you hold the side button here, you'll activate Siri, and you notice Siri right here is actually popping up as a circle like a voice assistant, where in the past iOS 13 an older version, Siri used to take up that whole space. Well, now it doesn't anymore. It just pops up more smarter in terms of how much it can search out there for the features and such up there for you guys. Other things that you'll notice that has improved on the iPhone running iOS 14 is this whole new feature of incoming calls, where the calls would pop up here on the iOS 14. If we were to take a look at that, It's something you'll notice since we don't have a call coming in, is that in the past it would take up the whole screen, but with the newer iOS 14 it would come up as a notification we can decline or accept without being uninterrupted doing your essential stuff that you love to do the most. So that's another neat feature of iOS 14 that really has improved in terms of notification and visual of the actual phone. Another feature that you'll notice is this picture in and picture in feature. What that is that you can actually now watch videos on top of the screen. So if we show you guys, if we have a video here playing, we're actually able to make it in a way that we can actually close out that application, right? This is a neat feature for a lot of the applications that support picture in picture feature, where you're able to drag that out and then do whatever with it and then close it out and then pull it back here and then open it up again and then even close it out again. And for YouTube, it's a feature that we've been looking for. So the one caveat to that is that on YouTube, actually, if you're looking to do that, is that you have to have YouTube Plus or the premium version of YouTube to do that. Currently, it is not supported on the free version of YouTube, but that is a neat feature that we've seen even with apps like video streaming. If you're watching Netflix, you're able to do such thing where you're able to just minimize the screen and then go on and multitask on a phone. This has been a productivity enhancement improvement that we greatly like, because now you're able to do a lot more with your phone. Instead of when you're watching a video, you're not stuck just watching the video and that's the only thing you can do. It's such a great feature that Apple has introduced on its new iOS 14 update. Overall, we've seen the iOS 14 update. There's a lot of things going on. Another feature enhancement is your emojis here. Of course, like with any new feature update, they upgrade what kind of icons that you're able to do whenever you're texting and things like that. So you'll notice more updates in terms of the available emojis out there. And the other feature, we don't see it here, is that you're able to group or pin messages up top based on your importance. So if you have a grouping, you'll see people's name pop up here, which we're not able to see. We might be able to see here. Let's see if we have that feature here. So if we go into essentials here, as you can see the tips app, if you open this up, you're able to see a lot of that. And here, as you can see, you can actually see when a message was sent by simply moving that. So you'll see when the text was sent. The other thing you'll notice is this new app that called Translate, available on iOS 14 on these phones. Is now that a native application is turned up. In the past, you would have to use Google Translate and things like that. Well, Apple decided to give its user its own application. So if you spoke something, it will translate. For example, if we said hola, as you can see, it picks up the language and then gives us a translation. Really helpful for anyone that does traveling, and you're looking to translate on the fly. If you have the connection, you're able to open up the app, speak to it, translate between it, and able to do a lot more on it. Another feature you'll probably notice is slight improvement in terms of the camera features. Here, as you see here, we're able to add more features whenever we're taking photography mode or even just regular pictures. So there's an enhancement in terms of that option here for the camera on it. Another feature of iOS 14 running on iPhone 11 Pro is this whole concept of back tap. So what is back tap? Well, let's show you guys. So back tap is a feature that allows you to tap on back of the actual phone to activate features. And that feature can be found by simply going into settings and then accessibility, and then you want to go to touch. And once you go into touch, all the way at the bottom, you'll notice this back tap. If you click on that back tap, there's two different kinds of back tap. One is the double tap, and then the other one is the triple tap. So double tap means if I tap back of the phone twice, it's going to activate one of these features that are available to us. So if you see, there's some system features, and then there's accessibility feature, and then scrolling gesture as well. Let's say we want to take a screenshot, right? Whenever we tap double on the back of the phone. So to do that, we simply will go ahead and tap it twice and see what happens. As you saw, as promised, with the back tap, it took a screenshot for us, and we can go ahead and delete that screenshot. Same thing here. If we want to do a triple, we can actually have, let's say we want to maybe do something else when we triple tap on it. Maybe we want the control center, instead of pulling it down, we want to do a triple tap to bring that control menu down. So we'll do a triple tap. So that was double. As you saw here, you have to, when you do a triple, when you have two enabled, sometimes if you don't click quick enough, you might not get that triple selection right away. So you have to be very fast. And you saw that control thing pop up again. So a neat feature of iOS 14, really helpful if you're someone that really wants to use the phone to its full potential, or something you might want to learn. Well, as you saw here, with the phone, with iOS 14 comes a new set of wallpaper, which, I really like. And if you wanted to explore that wallpaper, you go into settings, go to wallpaper, you notice these new set of wallpaper that has been introduced. As you see here, we have these mountains, and then rivers, some pretty unique design and color, which is really interesting. It looks almost the same, but if you're looking to really switch up and go with some of the newer design, something you might want to take a look at. So there you guys have it for iOS 11, iOS 14 running on iPhone 11 Pro. Those are the features of it. Let's talk about the actual performance. So a lot of people, they're kind of scared upgrading iPhone 11 to iOS 14. And to be honest with you guys, we haven't really seen any performance issue so far, with the phone running iOS 14. iOS 14 runs flawlessly. There's no app crash, no issues with the app. Sometimes, whenever you're upgrading to a new version of iOS, that's the main complaint, is you might have issues with apps. We have seen zero issues with the software to this day, and that's been promising. The other feature is the battery. Has there been change in terms of the actual battery life? We haven't really seen a noticeable difference in terms of the battery life of the phone here. As you can see here, we'll open up battery health. If you don't know what battery health is in the setting, it kind of gives you an indication of the phone. So this phone is about a year old, and we're at 93%. That's because this phone is been used for a long time. We haven't seen any sort of changes in terms of the battery health since we've been using iOS 14 on iPhone 11 Pro. It's been steady like it was on iOS 13, so it's not a concern either. Also, if you guys are looking for how to keep your battery healthy, lasting longer, make sure you guys check out our video we did recently on the tips to keep your battery close to 100% by following some of the tips and tricks that we share with you guys. So overall, there you guys have it for the honest review of iOS 14 on iPhone 11 Pro. It's definitely a great update, and there's a lot of features that you might like and enjoy, and it's definitely worth it without really any issues that we have seen. And if you guys have seen any issues in terms of using iOS 14 on the iPhone 11 Pro, make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section. Also want to hear from you guys. What's your experience been on what device, if any, you're running iOS 14? Have you had any issues? We want to kind of see what the general feedback on iOS 14 is. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.